Direct Lake is the crown jewel of Fabric, a semantic business logic metadata layer on top of any set of delta tables in a lakehouse that allows for rich slice and dice interactive reports to be built against it and provides the context for copilot to better return meaningful results. Input mode performance without the need to refresh a model and duplicate the data. But up until now, you've only been able to build direct lake models directly within the Fabric service. Connecting to a lakehouse from Power BI Desktop or Excel was only possible by connecting to it as a SQL database. However, even a direct lake connection in Fabric was essentially indirectly connecting through the SQL endpoint, and it would fall back to direct query against SQL when security was set in it, or if there was insufficient memory for direct lake mode to work without needing to translate the DAX queries into SQL. At FabCon, Christian Wade announced the capability for Power BI Desktop to create a new semantic model against the Lakehouse indirect lake mode directly from Power BI Desktop. But this is true direct lake mode, not connecting via the SQL endpoint, but actually connecting directly to the Lakehouse. This means that any row or column level security set in OneSecurity is still respected with direct lake, and it won't fall back to direct query. Let's have a look at the demo.
Code, and it comes with all the pro developer bells and whistles, right? So that's what I'm talking about. You've got some pros in house. So I'm creating a Tyndall script and executing it to create sophisticated business calculations, inferred relationships, business definitions, user hierarchy. I'm even using Copilot right here, which is coming soon for the Tyndall view, to add metadata translations for multilingual semantic models.
Multilingual semantic models you can do with Tyndall.
That's what I'm talking about. So I've very quickly created this fully loaded semantic model. But what if I want to add some data from another one like data item? Maybe some conformed dimensions from a data warehouse? Pretty common, right? Well, am I dependent on the lakehouse team to do that?
No, you don't want to call the data lakehouse.
I know! Fear not! The one lake color button is still enabled. Just go ahead and select the warehouse of your choice, select the tables you want, create the relationships yourself right here in the model view. And the best thing about it is everything is still in direct lake mode. That's what I'm talking about.
So this is like composite models, but for direct
Yeah,
lake.
we are pleased to announce that as of today, you can have multiple direct lake sources in the same semantic model. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Didn't quite capture it in the recording, but what Christian was doing there was taking an existing direct lake model and updating the Tyndall definition of the data source connection and changing it from the SQL endpoint of a lakehouse to the file path of the lakehouse instead. And as Christian highlighted, along with this, you're no longer restricted to tables from a single lakehouse. You can actually connect to tables from multiple lakehouses in the same semantic model. This is one of the key benefits of Power BI, the ability to bring in, for example, financial data from one source and combine it with sales data from another in order to get insights across them. In fact, you can actually bring some tables in from import mode into the same semantic model too. So you can have some tables with enter data or from an Excel file directly, for example, without having to take the data through Fabric. It also opens up opportunities for calculated tables, field parameters, and calculation groups, all to be supported within direct lake models. And creating relationships between import tables and direct lake tables doesn't create the same limitations that you had with direct query and import tables, which became limited relationships in a composite model. This had a significant performance impact and can even return unintended results due to a difference in table expansion crossing islands. In the case of direct lake and import mode composite models, the tables are all treated as the same island with regular relationships, and this is a huge bonus. I'm definitely one of those developers who's still far more comfortable in Power BI Desktop for building a semantic model, even though the Fabric service option offers some additional capabilities such as version history and multi-developer support. I haven't really gotten my hands dirty with the Tyndall view yet, but I really like the option to be able to programmatically manipulate the tabular object model directly from within Power BI Desktop.